What's up, guys? Mr. Octagonal here from Octagonal Gaming. Now we have another rebuild. Today we have the 300 subscriber special. So thank you guys for all 302 of you at the point of me recording this. Thank you guys for subscribing. I think I'm gonna make a video soon about like future goals and stuff. But today we have a rebuild, and it is the GOAT Challenge rebuild. We're doing the Patriots because they have the most talented roster in the NFL. So yeah, we're gonna make Wes Lunt from the Illinois Dynasty the GOAT. I gave him superstar development, so it wouldn't be impossible. I'm gonna trade Tom Brady, but he's a punter. He's a 57 overall punter. He's the same rating as Wes Lunt, but at punter, which is pretty funny. So can we make Wes Lunt the greatest player of all time? I gave him the superstar development. We're gonna be in the cheesy spread offense. So I'm gonna make this offense a juggernaut. I may keep a lot of the offensive linemen because all the Patriots offensive linemen make Pro Bowls, but believe me, this team is going to be stacked. And it already is stacked, but it's going to be even more stacked. This team has plenty of great running backs like Dion Lewis, Rex Burkhead, Mike Gillislee, James White, but none of them are superstars. And I'd like to have a superstar running back to sort of balance out the offense. So I'm trading 3 defensive tackles. None of them are a starter. The starter is Malcolm Brown to the Los Angeles Rams for Todd Gurley. So essentially we're trading 3 backups for one of the best running backs in the NFL. That's Madden for you. Another position that this team has a lot of depth at is wide receiver. Brandon Cooks is not going anywhere. He's staying on this team the whole rebuild. Julian Edelman I'm probably going to keep. He is 30. But like Danny Amendola, Chris Hogan, like I don't see them developing that high, even though they are good players. So I'm trading Deron Harmon and Brian Hoyer, who are 2 more backups, by the way, because Devin McCourt is starting 3 safety, and of course the quarterback we're going to go with Wes Lunt. The Pittsburgh Steelers for a 20-year-old Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm probably going to play him in the slot, and then trade Edelman and Hogan, and then the 1 and 2 is going to be Edelman and Brandon. I am trading 3 more backups. Martellus Bennett, Danny Amendola, who isn't really a backup technically, because he was the slot receiver. Now that we have Juju, he's meaningless, but still, I don't know how you classify him. And Marquise Flowers, I think, to the Bears for their first rounder next year and their second next. I remember trading for a first rounder this year. Not next year, but it's not a big deal. It's fine. I am trading Dion Lewis, Patrick Chung, and a 3rd round pick to the Detroit Lions, my favorite team, for probably my favorite player, sorry Matthew Stafford, and 91 overall Darius Slay, because he's a GOAT. This looks like an awful trade on paper, but I am planning for the future as well, and we don't have strong safety since we just traded away Patrick Chung. So I'm trading James White, Rex Burkhead, and Malcolm Butler. I chose Stephon Gilmore over Malcolm Butler because Butler is on a 1-year contract. He's a year older than Gilmore, a little worse, but he does have superstar development. And Gilmore only is quick, but I think it's worth it. We're getting John Johnson III, the GOAT, 84 overall, only 21 years old, at that strong safety spot. I think this is a great trade. It does not look like a great trade, but personally I think it is. One of my favorite things to do in Madden 18 is to finesse the Cleveland Browns. So I'm trading Ray Maluga, Elandon Roberts, straight up for the number 1 overall projected pick. I think that's a pretty fair trade for us. Maybe not. I signed a lot of middle linebackers to finesse teams like the Browns and the Colts. I signed these 2, Ray Maluga, who I just traded. I think I also signed like DeQuell Jackson, C.O. Moore, Perry Riley, guys in free agency, because I really like to finesse teams with middle linebackers. It's so wonderful. I'm getting a first this year and next year from the Colts for Daryl Washington, who's going to have such a good career, but didn't, and Aaron Henderson. I am trading Dwayne Allen, Marcus Cannon, and a 2nd round pick to the Jacksonville Jaguars, or the Saxonville Jaguars, whatever you want to call them, for Yannick Ngakoue, only 22 years old, very talented, very good player, deserved to make the Pro Bowl, but of course he got snubbed. Thanks a lot, Pro Bowl voter. Despite me signing about 12 middle linebackers, none of them are going to be my starters. I'm trading Brandon Bolden, Jonathan Jones, and a future 3rd round pick to the Detroit Lions for Jared Davis. Always progresses so well in this game because he's a freaking big baller. That's why. I am trading Chris Hogan, Grissom, and Tom Brady. Yes, we don't need him because we have Mr. Wes Lunt. and I don't really want Tom Brady's contract. We're trading them to the Cleveland Browns, so the Browns finally get their their punter. And in return, we are getting 97 overall Joe Thomas. We could use a defensive tackle alongside Malcolm Brown, so I'm trading Perry Riley, C.O. Moore, and Colin Kaepernick, who I just signed, to the Philadelphia Eagles for 95 overall Fletcher Cox. He is an absolute beast. 6 offensive linemen. We only need 5, and now I'm down to 4 because we're trading both Nate Soldier, and Cameron Fleming, as well as Jonathan Johnson Badmosey, sorry. To the Broncos for their first and second round picks, so now I need a new offensive line. I am trading Mike Gillislee and 2 busts, Philip Dorsett and Cyrus Jones. Well, they're probably busts. To the Washington Redskins for the player who I probably traded for more than anyone in this game, and that is the right guard, Brandon Scherff. Probably going to move him over to right tackle. Here's a look of the team going into season number 1. Of course, Wes Lunt, the focal point of this rebuild, looking nice with his superstar development. Todd Gurley for running back. For receivers, we added Juju Smith-Schuster at tight end. We just lost a lot of depth with trading like Dwayne Allen and Barty B. Offensive line is probably a little better. Defensive line is probably better with the additions of Fletcher Cox and Yannick Ngakoue. Linebackers, James Harrison is just going to retire anyway. It's not a big deal. We do need a new outside linebacker. Hopefully Jared Davis can develop. Dante Hightower looking nice. Secondary looking nice. Devin McCourty is 30 though, so we do have to consider that. Him and Julian Edelman are probably the only two, and Joe Thomas are some of the few super old guys on this team that I'm a little concerned about. But I think for right now, they are all At the end of the season, we did not make the playoffs. Wes Lunt only had 13 KXP. I looked at his stats. He did not have a bad season at all. Offensive line, I would have liked more XP. Receiver, same deal. On the defense, Jared Davis, 13K. It's literally the most. And yeah, we went 6-10, I believe. We have some good picks. Does Jared Davis have more XP than anyone? Or Lunt, one of them? Julian Edelman, Dante Hightower, Gronk. Okay. So we went 6-10. Not a great year by any means. But we do have some nice picks. Looking at Lunt's stats, he had a good season. Those are good numbers. Those are honestly Pro Bowl numbers. If you think about it. Rushing the ball, Todd Gurley was phenomenal. Receiving, Julian Edelman was great. Gronk had a really good year. Juju was Cooks was 0 touchdowns for Brandon Cooks is bad. Sacks, oh gosh, how many times did he get sacked? 57. Wes Lunt got sacked 57 times, 1 for his overall. And our offensive line is good. Jared Davis led us in tackles. Trey Flowers, 14 sacks. Did he make a Pro Bowl? Did anyone make a Pro Bowl other than Julian Edelman? James Harrison played really well. He played out of his mind. Hightower played pretty well. Not a lot of interceptions. That is 5, 7. That's 10 interceptions. That's bad. Lunt was probably second for Rookie of the Year. I don't know who could have beat him. MVP is Phillip Rivers. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Deshaun Watson. Lunt in second. So was Watson's stats better? No, they're not better. They're not better at all. 1 more touchdown, 3 less interceptions, less yards, barely better completion percentage. I mean, I guess it's pretty close. Their ratings were almost identical. And it was pretty close. Should have gave it to me. The best player we had to re-sign was 74 overall backup offensive tackle Adrian Waddle, former Lion. So that means pretty much we did not re-sign anyone. The free agency class sucks. We have no money. I don't know who's hogging up the contracts, but let's go to the draft. One of our first round picks is the 2nd pick. We are trading the 2nd pick and a future 7th to the Niners for the 3rd overall pick, the 35th pick, and the 53rd. I'm certainly giving up a lot. The 3rd pick and Stephon Gilmore, but I'm getting Khalil Mack in the process. The secondary was abysmal. So we could use some new blood at corner. With the 6th pick, I am taking James Keys for Miami. Only 21 years old. His combine was abysmal. It's terrible, but he looks like a pretty good player. And he is 78 normal. With the 8th pick, I am taking Julius Newhouse from Florida. Another not so great combine, but still looks like a good player. And he is 77 overall, but superstar development. I like it. Samuel McCoy looks extremely tempting, but I'm going with a different offensive lineman. That is Fernando Miranda from Georgia. Okay, I did not want to regret my pick, and this is a very good pick, 80 overall. There's a beastly receiver I want, so I am trading away Juju. I think it's going to be worth it, as well as Shea McClellan and Dietrich Wise, 4v11. That receiver is Dalton Pennington from Texas A&M, only 21. Good top 3 skills, very solid combine. Not a great jumper. I mean, his vert jump is 40, so maybe I take that back. I just saw the broad jump, but the vert jump is very good. 4.26 speed is what really stands out. Okay, I can be happy with that pick. I traded Juju for him. I think it can work out. This guy is a very crummy player, don't you think? In the second round, I'm taking David Sanchez, only 21 years old. Great combine, great top 3 skills. Could have been better. Definitely could have been better. I am trading David Andrews, Joe Thuney, and a second round pick to the Seahawks for 99 overall. Bobby Wagner. Jared Davis did not get a lot of XP. So, Bobby Wagner is certainly an upgrade. Now the Seahawks need a middle linebacker since they don't have Bobby Wagner anymore. So we're trading Jared Davis, a second and a sixth, to the Seahawks, of course, for 93 overall Cam Chancellor. I prefer Earl Thomas, but Cam Chancellor's not much of a downgrade. We don't need Devin McCourty, nor do we need Malcolm Brown, but we do need a quarter, so I'm trading the 2 of them and a third round pick to the Denver Broncos for Chris Harris Jr. Go Jayhawks. I think that's the only trade I want to make right here. I forgot to re-sign Wes Lunt. He signed with the Eagles and his XP was spent, and now he's a 62 overall. If I gave him XP, it'd probably be like a 66, so that kind of sucks. Hopefully our offensive line progresses unlike last year. Hopefully Pennington plays really well on the defense. I think the defense is better. So hopefully we do good. Once again, we missed the playoffs. Lunt this time has 15 KXP. Still no Pro Bowl. I looked at his stats in the midseason, and he was playing really well. Anything exciting on the defense? No. This guy had like no XP. I think he barely played. I changed the scheme during yeah, he barely played. I changed the scheme mid-season because I saw he wasn't playing. We won 7 games, so we improved. Lunt had a very similar season. Very similar. That guy threw 3 touchdowns? What did I say? Yeah. Rob Lunt from the Pro Bowl. Todd Gurley played really well. Gronk played well. Edelman played well. Cooks has been underperforming. Pennington did not do very well. Sacks better. Bobby Wagner leading the way in tackles. 13.5 sacks for Khalil Mack. Interceptions. That's better. 5 for Bobby Wagner. 4 for Chris Harris. Kyle Van Noy played instead of a one dude, which sucks because Kyle Van Noy, I don't really like Kyle Van Noy. I want more from Darius Slay. But not great, but nasty. After day 1 of free agency, I signed Taylor Lewan because Joe Thomas retired. Lunt was in free agency, so I needed to bring him back. We don't get Jordy Nelson nor Adrian Amos. That kind of sucks. I'm going to be trading that superstar development defensive tackle who is not playing and a 4th round pick to the Bucks for a 1st overall pick. There's a linebacker there who looks so sick. The guy I am picking is Jimmy Huff from Michigan State. Great top 3 skills, great combine. This dude looks so good. So my plan is he's going to play outside, and then Dante Hightower is going to move inside, alongside Bobby Wagner. Jimmy Huff, 83 overall superstar development, the 5th best player. But still, that's a very good pick. With the 8th pick, I'm taking Morgan Montgomery from Alabama. He is 24, but he looks like an absolute beast. Very good top 3 skills. 4.33 speed. 80 overall quick development. That's not a reach one bit. Very, very good player. I think our slot wide receiver question has been answered. Dalton Pennington, David Sanchez, and a 2nd round pick to the Chiefs for 94 overall, Tyreek the Freak Hill. To replace David Sanchez on the O-line, I'm trading a 2nd and a 4th to the Dallas Cowboys, for 99 overall, Zach Martin. Absolute beast of an offensive line. I am trading pick 10, 13, and keys to the Bucks for Mike Evans. Julian Edelman is getting up there in age, so I think I'm going to trade Julian Edelman. I don't really know what I need. We'll figure that out when we don't need Julian Edelman, so I'm trading Julian Edelman, who I had to move to tight end, Trey Flowers, who I had to move to defensive tackle, and a third-round pick to the Rams for Aaron Donald, so I'm going to move him to right end. So in the 4th round, I drafted Gabriel Eifert, a beast quarterback, 78 overall with quick development. But the point of this rebuild is for Wes Lunt, but people are still going to call Tom Brady the GOAT even though he's playing punter. So technically, this is the GOAT rebuild. We have to start Wes Lunt, but it doesn't say where. So why not? So we're going to play Wes Lunt at punter. So Gabriel Eifert will be the starting quarterback. Here's the offense. A lot of A's. The only non-fullback is Miranda. Onto the defense. He's not playing, so it doesn't matter. Looking very nice, of course. Aaron Donald now on the squad. Pretty much all A's except for our 83 overall superstar development rookie and this guy. But once again, he's not playing. Wes Lunt, 42 overall punter. Obviously, our punting's going to be bad, but we need to start him somewhere. First round bye. Jacoby Brissett wins MVP, whatever. Eifert, he wins Quarterback of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Pro Bowl. I gave him like 10K XP during midseason, so technically that's about 54,000. On the defense, I think Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year. It said our rookie, Jimmy Huff, did not win anything. He just has a lot of XP because he's a beast. We went 12-4. Very nice. Looking at Gabriel Eifert's stats. Honestly, Wes Lunt did not do too bad compared to Eifert. I guess he had a better completion rating. I think he probably had more touchdowns. Todd Gurley was great. More touchdowns, so that's good. Mike Evans was very good. Gronk was very good. Brandon Cooks has been really underwhelming this whole video. I've never gotten him, so I thought he was going to be beastly for me. Offensive line was very solid. The center and left guard did not allow a single sack. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Aaron Donald, chill. Almost 30 sacks, 24 tackles for a loss, 108 tackles. No wonder he won Defensive Player of the Year. Jeez. 6 interceptions for Darius Slay, stepping it up. 5 for Chris Harris, 4 for Wagner, 3 for Hightower, 2 for Mack, 2 for Morgan Montgomery, and 1 for Cam Bam Bam. Was Donald in the MVP running? Eifert was 6. No sign of Donald. Obviously, Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year. We saw Huff was 3rd. I didn't even see his stats. Here's a look at the team going into the playoffs. Eifert is an 88 with confidence. Todd Gurley, I think that said he's a 98. Jimmy Huff is an 89. Probably want Darius Slay up there. This team looks sick. Wes Lunt. I want to see how he did punting. Just out of curiosity. He was not very good. We should go for it at all times. So I'm just going to sim to the Super Bowl. Hopefully we're in it. This will be the last year of a rebuild because I don't want this video to be too long. And we don't make it. Just wonderful. When did we lose? We lost in the conference championship 48-12. Yuck.